program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and much, much more. Don't forget to find us on Alexa. Glad to have you with us. On today's show, super excited about this. Coming up around the corner, Lorenzo Antonucci is going to be joining us. If you are looking for something good to watch, I can tell you right now, this series is definitely going to make it to a series 2 for sure. It is all right there. Paradise City, now available. You can actually go and watch it right now. Rock and Roll is where God and the devil, kind of come together. Yeah. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, as well as his role in this and the entire team. Really good cast. Boo Boo Stewart, which I know we've talked to in the past as well, and quite a variety on this particular project, many of which, again, I think you're going to enjoy every piece of it as well. It's definitely got a little bit of rock, a lot of bit of questions of friendship and what happens next, and much, much more. So we're going to be talking about this around the corner. Super excited about that, and that'll be coming up. We got, first of all, Mr. Jesse Sanchez. Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning.
So one of those type of projects that you get to see on Amazon and other streaming platforms, including From the Craft, Fairuza, Balk, Drea de Matteo from The Sopranos, Bella Thorne from Shake It Up and Blended, and of course Disney's Descendants and the Twilight Saga. Boo Boo Stewart is in on this, so pretty cool stuff. And our guest, correct me if I'm wrong, Jesse, but is on one of your favorite shows, Game of Thrones.
Yes, I looked at his credits. I wanted to make sure he wasn't playing a character I hated, so he's okay.
Is that how you judge people? You're like, ah.
I want to make sure, because if I see the actor that plays as King Joffrey, I'm going to be like, I hate you in the show, but you're okay in real life.
Yeah, it's nice when they're cool off camera, right? But then sometimes when they're like their character, you're like, wait a minute. And his latest film coming up as well, Reactor with Bruce Willis, will probably get some very cool new news on that around the corner. So super excited about that. First of all, though, today's National Day of Sorts. First of all, how was your weekend? How did you celebrate it? Did you celebrate with family? Did you do so safely? Did you do it in a good manner? How was your weekend, Jesse?
My weekend was good. I just relaxed a bit. I worked on Saturday night, working the local football game here.
Oh, nice.
So that was always fun. It's always, honestly, these high school football games to me are a little bit more entertaining than the NFL.
You know what? I can see that. I can understand that. What was the most entertaining thing? Because are you used to calling like play-by-plays, or?
I'm not doing it. I'm just controlling the board while
okay.
Mitch and Brett are at the stadium doing all that. I'm just controlling the board. But it's fun to listen to it all, and it's exciting.
I always admire like Brett and Mitch. I could call the play-by-play. I'm like, I cannot do that. There's something where I have to watch it, but I can never do the play-by-play call. I admire those that can. So check that out. That's here actually on KMET radio. What time is that at typically?
The pre-show starts at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and the kickoff is at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
There you go. So you can check that out on our streaming app and download it. It is free. You can also check it out on the TuneIn app. So many different ways to listen to us. Today is National Caramel Day, National Go for Broke Day, National Raisin and Spice Bar Day, National Read a Roadmap Day, National Deep Dish Pizza Day, National Nebraska Day, Gold Star Spouses Day, National Flash Drive Day, and or First Contact. Which of these do you want to celebrate today, Jesse?
Well, you intrigued me with Go for Broke Day, but what's First Contact? Are you talking about Star Trek?
I don't know. I know. I was thinking that too. Let's see. First Contact on April 5th commemorates a fictional date in the future when an alien species visits Earth and makes contact with Earthlings for the first time. Yeah. One of science fiction's common themes depicts the first meeting between humans and extraterrestrials. Conspiracy theories surround Area 51, but a popular one speculates the first contact was made there. UFOs often stir up theories about the first contact too. The earliest documented sighting of a UFO took place in 1639, was recorded by the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony, John Winthrop. While celebrating the first contact could mean many things, the celebration focuses on one kind, the Vulcan-humankind meeting. And of course, you know it. Let's see, when did that movie come out?
Which one? The first Star Trek movie?
The Star Trek First Contact. It was released in the 90s. Which year, Jesse?
1997.
Ooh, so close. 96. Starfleet crew travel through time, encounter historical figure Dr. Zephram Cochrane. Remember him? His spacecraft Phoenix launches and becomes the first in human history to reach warp drive. Moments after the launch, Vulcans appear at the base near Bozeman, Montana. The date is April 5th, 2063. First Contact Day honors the achievements of Dr. Cochrane and the historic first interactions between humans and Vulcans. So there you go. I remember liking that movie. That was with Patrick Stewart and the Next Generation group. Remember that? And of course, Data and LeVar Burton and all those, right? Geordi.
Yep. It had the Borg.
And it had the Borg. Yeah, the Borg were not too happy about their position in life, for sure. All right. Let's see. So there you go. First Contact's a day to celebrate. Where are you tuning in from? Let us know. Let's talk to the social media chat room. Maria, tuning in from Canada, says, hope you all had an awesome Easter. Viviana says, good morning, all. Stephanie says, hello, happy editing and onset of a commercial video for a client for this glorious day today. Well, thank you for taking us with you. Maria says, I love Game of Thrones. We've got Rosalie saying good morning as well. Camille tuning in as well. Let's see. And Kelly says, everything but spouses read a roadmap. I'm hooked on GPS. So there you go. I will say this, by the way, a little bit of, 411 when it comes to getting your vaccine. Jesse, has your family gotten their vaccines, or which one have they gotten? Or if not, that's okay. But
I know my mom got hers. Other than that, I don't know too many that have gotten their vaccine shots yet. But I think they're supposed to be opening up soon for everybody, correct?
Yeah, they are actually. Now, I will say, I remember mentioning a couple weeks back, I said, I was talking about the Johnson & Johnson one that I wanted to get for my mom, right? I've been talking about that for quite some time. And I just feel that Johnson & Johnson has at least, been given kind of the majority of, testing and, but it depends which one you want. But it was kind of hard to get the Johnson & Johnson one. And so much so that when my mom called one of the facilities, they're like, yeah, but you have to take whatever we give you. I'm like, that's not advocacy at the highest level, so don't ever listen to that. But I think my mom was going to CDC to find that. So I gave her a new link, and you may want to check this out as well. And she booked an appointment, which was actually just in the same city, just not at a Walgreens or a CVS because those places were sold out. But she was able to get it with the link that I sent to her. And so I'm glad to say she got vaccinated as of this weekend. So she's good to go. And they monitor you in the sense that they say if there's any soreness or any type of puffiness or any allergy, usually between 15 minutes. So they want to check in on you before they give you a final release, which is good. And then I double checked on her throughout the day and she's been pretty good. But it was vaccinefinder.org is what I typed in. And vaccinefinder.org is able to put you in touch with anyone that you could find the vaccine places. I'll bring it up here on the link right here so you can get the information, because the last thing I would want for people is to be strong-armed into the one that only, people say you have to have. That's just not the right way to go about it. But you can see right here, will Vaccine Finder tell me if I'm eligible to get the vaccine? Can I book my vaccine appointment through Vaccine Finder? No, but then you call up the location and then you book it right there. And so there you go. So they have it all right there. Just click on the link, find COVID-19 vaccines. You put in which one you want, the Moderna, the Pfizer, COVID vaccine or the Johnson's Janssen COVID vaccine, and then you can put your zip code there and find the location which is closest to you. So she was able to find that. I figured I'd share that with the rest of you as well, so that you again know how to get that. And there you go. So a little bit of 411, what worked for me and my mom. I think I get one in about a week or so. So there you go. We got Alex Bryant tuning in, says, good morning, gents from Austin, Texas. Good to see you. Let's see. Kelly says, I've gotten one. MD Silva Esterich. I'm not sure if that's Dr. MD, but Louisville tuning in. Thank you, Doctor. Kelly says, I get my second Pfizer in at 1.5 weeks. Mario says, my brother-in-law got the Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine. He had no reaction at all. And Lucy says, good morning from New Mexico. How's New Mexico treating you over there? That, of course, is Jesse's mother. Thank you for tuning in, always making sure she's part of the show. And there it is, vaccinefinder.org. Follow Jesse. Jesse, how do we follow you on social media?
Let's see. I have Instagram and Twitter. I usually follow people. I am Jesse Sanchez. And I find Twitter fun. I mean, it can get dark at times if you go too far.
Describe dark.
And I mean, people tend to have no filter. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So racial slurs go throughout all over that place. I'm not a fan of it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you gotta find the people that are closest to you and that you know, and then just weed out all the rest. I used to block people, but now I listen and I go, okay, whatever. But go ahead.
Well, no, I say, but I like to go through Twitter because I like to look at people's. I like to look at like raw footage that are happening at certain locations, like during protests and stuff like that.
Right. And
I like to read people's comments. I shouldn't read people's comments because, like I said, it can get really, really dark.
I will say, speaking of dark, but I was actually okay with, I did find somebody, because I guess somebody liked or retweeted something, and it was a cool comic, and I went to go get the comic book, September Morning. She has like a rock band as well, and she's like she's got some pretty cool stuff out there, actually. Maybe we'll have her on one of these days. But I was like, wow, like super creator. And I guess there's this thing, I forget what you call it, but you can sell, like, you know how you sell digital books, you could sell digital artwork, like one of a piece. The cryptocurrency is all a thing, but you kind of own it. And I'm not sure but people were bidding on it like $1,000 and more. So there you go. Not sure what happened there. All right.
I didn't hear anything. I just by chance looked and it was there. I was like, oh wow.
We had a quick guess. Okay, we're gonna take a quick little break there. We've got our guest code up around the corner. He's trying to peek in. He's like, I don't want to wait. I just want to come on. So you hear the voice of somebody we're talking to around the corner. He'll be with us. He'll be our guest coming up next around the corner. We'll be right back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned. Lorenzo, everyone, coming up.
Hey.
For generations, alligators have weathered nature, biological threats, and predators. How do they do this? The answer is in their uncanny DNA. Alligators have one of the strongest immune systems in the animal kingdom. Their fat cells contain the essential oils needed to fight off deadly infection and rejuvenate skin. How can you benefit from the alligator's amazing rejuvenating powers? Cayman oil. Cayman oil is the revitalizing and healing power of the alligator in a bottle. Cayman oil is carefully purified and refined with an added hint of vitamin E and lavender to better harness the alligator's ability to heal worn and damaged skin. Treat dry skin, infections, cuts, burns, scarring, eczema, rashes, muscle and joint pain, and more. Even athlete's foot. It's clinically proven to kill the flesh-eating bacteria MRSA. This really works. We guarantee it or your money back. Go to mycayman.com. mycaimon.com. That's mycayman.com.
Your health truly is the greatest gift. At U Theory, quality of life is at the heart of every product we make. From farm to shelf, we travel the world to source the purest, most efficacious, and clinically studied ingredients to create science-backed supplements that support beauty, emotional, digestive, and physical well-being. All U-Theory products are manufactured at our Southern California facility, ensuring the highest quality standards every step of the way. As a family-owned company, we celebrate the power of human potential with a mission to inspire wellness in all. Try U-Theory Immune Plus Daily Wellness. 100% daily values of vitamin C, D3, and zinc. Go beyond the you of today and catch the you of tomorrow. U-Theory.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases.
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions now has Pack Your Meds. That's right, just add water. You order 5 or more prescriptions from Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions, and they will pack your meds for you in AM/PM marked packs. No more sitting down and counting and dropping them on the floor. You remember, it's not fun. I didn't like it. So now they'll do it for you. Safe, sealed, and dated. So call Your Pharmacy and Mobility Solutions at 951-845-8252.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn Live, and much, much more. We've got, of course, the latest, the SAG Awards, complete list of winners of the 27th Annual Screen Actors Guild Awards. I'll post it a little bit later. I'm not going to lie, Jesse. I didn't realize the SAG Awards were happening right now. Did you?
No, that's still going on. I was not aware.
Well, I mean, it did happen.
Oh, did it?
I mean, that would be cool if it were still going on, like mini marathon of more fun.
Over like a week's time.
Yeah, no. Maybe they should break it down. Each day they should have like 5 roles there. They got in the television category. They've got ensemble, cast, and drama series. The Crown won for that. How cool is that? Actress in a drama series, Gillian Anderson won for The Crown. And in a drama series, I love this show, Ozark, Jason Bateman actually won in that category. So how cool is that? Ensemble cast in a comedy series was Schitt's Creek. That's SCH. Nobody. That's the only one that you wonder about the FCC regulation, right, Jesse?
Yeah, I know it's the show's title. I still have problems saying it out loud. But you know what? It is a funny show.
It's great.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of which, you got somebody tuning in behind the scenes, which we could hear there. He's not wanting to wait. He just doesn't want to wait. I could tell. You know what? I'm giving a glimpse. There he is. All right. Look. All right, Lorenzo. Look. All right. You already peeked in. You made it yourself known. Did you watch the SAG Awards?
I didn't know, but I was getting all the emails from the Hollywood Reporter to who won, so I was just getting my updates there.
You're like, wait. Yeah, actor in a comedy series was Ted Lasso, Jason Sudeikis, or is it Sudeikis? Is it Sudeikis? Do you know the guy?
I know him, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name either.
Yeah, exactly. And The Mandalorian actually won for stunt ensemble in a comedy or drama series. Do you think you should try out for Mandalorian next?
I would love to. A friend of mine who did the Force Awakens poster, he drew a picture of me as a Sith. It's amazing. I'll send it to you. I'm manifesting to be on Star Wars. Yes. George Lucas, please give me the shot to be in Star Wars one day.
You know what? I could see that. I could totally see that role happening. All right, guys. For those of you wondering who's joining us, it's Lorenzo. Yeah, he's supposed to wait till his time at 8:30, but he just couldn't. He couldn't help it, right, Lorenzo?
I didn't know. I wasn't prepped.
It's all right. We had him on standby. Lorenzo, we're going to take another break. We're going to regroup so we can introduce you appropriately, so we can talk about this really hit new show, which people can check out right now. It's all available. Literally, they could go check it out on Amazon. It's Paradise City. We're going to talk to Lorenzo about this on multiple fronts: acting, writing, helping to produce, and much, much more. Coming up right after these messages. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with Lorenzo.
Yeah.
I.org. The Beljanski Foundation. The information is essential. The Beljanski Foundation.
On your first album, there was a lot of association with the occult.
The more I talk about that, the crazier I sound, so I'm done talking about that.
What was the real reason that you took a break from the Relentless?
We were on tour. 18-year-old virgin begged to get on the bus.
I wonder if that girl's watching this interview.
This is your life, girl. Your decision. Miss Plena is there on TV talking about it. We can't keep going the way we have been.
I'm not going to be a gold digger groupie in the tabloids, Mom.
She didn't give me his last name. The local message boards are saying the only reason I'm putting on bigger shows is because of who my dad is.
Your pops put you in on this action?
I've never met him. Why didn't he want me born?
It's bad enough I have to deal with the stigma of being a bastard son, okay? Why would you call him?
Don't call yourself a bastard.
I used to be a little boy, so in my shame.
Welcome to the City of Angels. Don't let the name fool you.
This town, this business is a jungle, and you're either a savage animal or you're dying.
You write a song about how you really feel being the face of this big rock band. Everybody counting on you, the golden boy.
Get me in a room with Johnny Faust.
Your eyes are so blinded by the spotlights that you can't even see the emotion on the faces of everyone around you that love you, that work for you, that play for you. You tell them the truth and you're dedicated to them. And then you make the audience think that the lyrics are for them.
People and projects, they stay in your heart, but mostly not in your life. Do you ever miss it?
Let's just save our money and move to California. One day you could be working with the Relentless.
What do we got, people? Do you think that devil worship is real in Hollywood, like the whole black magic and all that stuff?
Where's the baby? Vivian, where's my granddaughter?
Faith is far away from her psychotic grandmother.
Hey, you the manager?
Where's the baby's mother now?
I used to be a little boy, so in my shame, I send a smile at you. Killer in me is the killer in you. Send a smile at you. Killer in me is the killer in you.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM. Joining our live stream audience there, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Periscope TV, LinkedIn, and much, much more. Joining us right now is somebody that knows what it's like to hit the scene in the music scene and much, much more, and do so effectively and help write about it as a writer, producer, and actor. Very interesting film out, which is a series now on Amazon Prime, Paradise City. It's an accurate portrayal of the crazy and somewhat dark LA music scene. It depicts the fame, the tragedy, and of course, all in one show. A very interesting ensemble cast. Joining us right now is Lorenzo Antonucci. Good morning. Welcome to the show, Lorenzo.
Hey, Aaron. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
How
Lorenzo.
are you? Good morning.
Yeah, no, thank you. Look, Lorenzo, Paradise City is a very interesting and quite often a very telling tale of something that I know I've seen several of my friends kind of get involved in, but rarely do people understand what that world is like, but you do. Is that right?
And yeah, I mean, I was, in a touring band for 10 years and, been through all the ups and downs of what, the rock and roll metal world is really like, from the inside in, from the inside out, just constantly, it's a crazy world. That's for sure.
Well, and speaking of crazy, I mean, this particular project, obviously, when it seems like it kind of has your name written all over it. What I mean by that is, you were in a band and what the highs and lows are. Can you give kind of a sneak peek as to, watching maybe the first 3 episodes, what somebody tuning in would probably need to know going in?
Well, I mean, there's when you're starting in a band, you would love to be, obviously recognizable and big and have, the rock star moments and, getting all all your fans and the glamour and the fame and everything that you would need to keep going. But, the reality is it's really hard to overcome any of that. And, there's a lot of hard, there's a hard road to travel, and you see, what a big band has, with a band that's developing, and what the band that had it all is going through on their way out, and that's the brutal reality of the business. It's very, very, it's a heartbreaking business, and you can only, you got to be strong to survive. This is a rough business, just like in the entertainment world. It's very rough. Having it and then not having it is having it all and then it going away is a very, 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 very tough thing to go through as a band member. And whether you're managing the band or you're an agent for the band, getting dropped from your label, like these are the things that are just really rough. They're tough pill to swallow. Tough pills to swallow. So there's a lot that goes on. With band members fighting over money, band members fighting over, who's the boss. There's, you're living on the road with a band member for months and years at a time. That's like a marriage that is constantly, dwindling away. You start to not want to be around your band members. It's not easy because you're constantly in each other's face and every bad and good thing about everybody. So it's a tough world. So a lot of the writing comes from an authentic place, from the business aspect, because Ash is he owns a record label and he was a manager. He was my agent for my band 15, 16 years ago. And we have all the worlds of like the agents, the managers, the major labels, the indie labels, everything that intertwines within the music industry, and it's a crazy world, and it comes from a real place.
Well, it's interesting
from our experience,
Yeah, and speaking of your experience, so your band was named Sworn Enemy. Was that the band that you came from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we were signed to Elektra Records in 2003.
Okay, so obviously my first question is, what musical instrument do you play, or are you more of the
La guitarra?
All right.
I'm a guitar player. Yeah.
Okay, and I understand though that your character, correct me if I'm wrong, Polly, is based on a good friend. Can you share that with me?
Yeah, Paulie was my drummer in Sworn Enemy, and one of my best friends that passed away, in one of the worst and craziest days of, the way he passed away was on the day my first day of shooting Ballers, and I'm working with Dwayne Johnson. Was the worlds were just so my best and worst day at the same time. It was something I've never, felt before, because it was just like it was so crazy. Like the parallels were just so it was weird. It was nuts. But he was the drummer in Sworn Enemy, and he was like 5 years younger than me, so he was always like my little brother. I love him, and he passed away, and I wanted to, he was such a character and such a charismatic person. I wanted to capture his elements into, even though he's a drummer, it's kind of a hybrid of my character in real life in a band, and Paulie, as how much weed he loves to smoke and stuff like that. So I just added a lot of that humor to the character, but it's kind of like pain. I'm trying. It's hard for me to talk about because it hurts because I miss him. He's my brother. It sucks, but it's like a memorial. Like a. I can't find the word right now. What would be the word? Like a
tribute.
A tribute. Yeah. It's a Paulie.
Yeah. I think I can feel that all the way over here. And the reality is, look, when you have good friends like that, first of all, I got to imagine being at the pinnacle, on Ballers, obviously very huge, and seeing that it kind of speaks to the reality of we have one life to live, and you got to appreciate those when they're with you. But I got to imagine, being a really good friend of yours, I would imagine he's so proud of you with where you're at, and the fact that you kind of play this and you kind of give that tribute to him kind of gives a nod to him and his ability. Can you kind of just share something that people didn't know about him?
Paulie was he was a very loving, giving, great cook. He was a fantastic cook. I remember when he cooked the steak for De Niro, he was working at the Standard in New York, and he was like, "Bro, I just cooked the steak for De Niro," and I asked him how it was, and he said, "It's good." And he was excited, but he was like, he wished De Niro was as excited as he was. I remember that, that moment that he called me to tell me that he cooked the steak for De Niro. He was just a giver, tough man. He was no joke. He was a good man, but he didn't take crap from anybody. So and his family, and I just talked to them the other day, his mom and his sister for Easter, but I think yesterday, no, Saturday, they want to bring some stuff for my dad, but my dad's really paranoid about COVID, so he doesn't have anybody come to the house. But he was I wish he was here because he would be right here with me. He was he loved to smoke weed. That's all I know. That's why I added in there.
I'm sure in many ways he is. Look, in reality, Paradise City, obviously, I think is a good reality check for a lot of bands out there, especially young and up and coming. I won't ask you this question. Obviously, people have to go through their own journey. They got to get through it all. It actually discusses a very interesting, deep, dark side of some of the entertainment business, especially here in LA and abroad. But, the cult or the occult. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because it's very heavily interwoven in a lot of the scenes.
I mean, I think that a lot of when I was a kid, a lot of metal or rock would always be, typecasted as like, oh, it's devil's music and blah, blah, blah. And, 666 and stuff like that. And obviously it's not, but it's got this stereotype. I mean, some of these bands, they are, a little more leaning towards the atheists, or their religions are definitely wacky. But I think that, that I'm not sure how real the black magic is, but I know that some bands have, or some artists have, tampered with or played with it, and some crazy things have apparently happened. But we wanted to add that supernatural element to kind of give us a sprinkle of good and evil, but in a sense where you can see why a character makes a bad choice or a good choice, with Gabriel or Capricorn on their side,
Yeah, I've been around quite a few friends actually that I love metal, certain metal music. People look at me and they go, "You don't like metal?" We would go into some areas of Hollywood and just to the break of dawn, right? You carry on and you try to carry on. Then I'm like, okay, I got a morning show to do. Can I leave you guys? That was always my out. I'm like, I got a morning show to do. You guys don't have to wake up like I do. But the reality is, the music scene, when you, first of all, just being able to play with band members, and just for the fun of it, there's a whole thing where all of a sudden you want the fame, and then all of a sudden the question is, can you handle the fame when it comes? And I feel this one kind of discusses that. Is that true?
Yeah. I feel like the Relentless, the band, you know, the fame has really, you know, kind of caused the turmoil in the band, you know, and you know, everything is predicated around Johnny and, you know, and his ego and everything about, you know, like what he needs. And you can see that that's what causes a lot of the conflict for the band members. And that's a real thing. It happens, you know, with a lot of singers or a lot of bands that, you know, kind of hold the cards, the band member that holds all the cards, you know, they have that. It just happens. And, you know, be careful what you wish for is kind of like what they say, right? But you just got to learn how to position it right and conduct it the way that you know, and utilize it for however you can to keep yourself in a positive manner, you know, because it could turn negative, you know, and just being in a band that's toxic. That's not good.
Yeah, speaking of toxic, and that's kind of, you know, you don't need that type of energy around, but it obviously happens. Some break free from it, some cannot. Let's talk about your co-stars though. Some pretty cool people in it. I know Boo Boo Stewart, great guy. Personally, I've had lunch with the guy and his family. Very, very grounded individual, like super smart, and very
good man.
Yeah, Bella Thorne. Can you tell me, you know, behind the scenes who you were like? Because I mean, you know, look, you go from Ballers, you go to Game of Thrones, and now you know you have this, which is a little bit more personal sometimes than the super, you know, big, you know, like Game of Thrones. Was there anybody that you kind of like, you know, were able to kind of, you know, not smoke the weed, obviously, but you know, just have fun with?
On Paradise City?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I honestly, I'm a people person, so I got along with everybody. I have my moments with every band member. I mean, every band member, every castmate. I have, you know, fun moments with them, and obviously, you know, I hit it off with Drea de Matteo. We became like instant family. You know, Perry Reeves, Ryan Hurst, Mark Boone Jr., Natalie Marie, Bella Thorne, Cameron Boyce, the late Cameron Boyce, God rest his soul, was such a sweetheart. He was such a sweet. I mean, like you couldn't have met a more humble, more good human, and he was taken away so soon. And it's heartbreaking because of my character plays opposite of him, and it's pretty much was developing, you know, like the relationship that Ash and I had, you know, coming into the business, you know, and that was what we captured with me and Cameron's character for Paulie and Simon. And I had great, you know, like who else? The Reese is awesome, you know, like I just hit it off with everybody. I mean, you know, Brooke Lyons, Brittany Ferlin, you know, she's married to Tommy Lee, you know, she's engulfed in the rock world. She's funny, you know, like everybody that was just, you know, like a part of the show. I hit it off with everyone. I mean, you know, some people I'm missing, and I'm gonna probably catch a little flack for it because I've hit it off with everybody. Everyone. I loved everyone. I love you all.
The fact that you mentioned, you know, band members almost was like kind of the same thing, but you know, I'll be honest, Cameron Boyce, I didn't understand until right now, because sometimes you see them current and you say, no, they're still alive, but he died in his sleep from epilepsy in 2019, right? So this project, though, has kind of, you know, been there waiting, and you know, we had his B-roll there, of course, but you know, giving a nod to him and his family, it's almost like, my goodness, like, you know, you meet some, and so young. How old was he?
He was 20.
Wow. Okay.
So
I could. Did this happen around the time that you guys were shooting, or after?
I would say 5 or 6 months after we shot.
Okay.
Yeah, because we wrapped him in, I think, January of 2019. So he passed away, I think, June or July. So yeah, 6 months, 7 months into 2019, after we wrapped, it was, you know, for epilepsy. Sad. Good.
Well, and he seemed
Good
like his
kid,
whole
good family.
career ahead of him as well. Which again, you know, whenever you see something like that happen in the industry, you go, you know, I always say sometimes we worry about, you know, our days and life and months, you know, due to coronavirus. It's definitely changed the shape of the way things are being recorded. But at the same time, you know, we have to think, you know, when is it our last day? And you've already mentioned a couple, but I want to talk a little bit. We need to take a quick break. Can we keep you just for a couple more minutes? I want to talk about some of this, and
I don't
also
want to go nowhere.
Upcoming. All right, cool. Yes, everybody, it's with us. Where are you on more? Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube?
Instagram is my easy go-to, you know. But Facebook, I have to start being better about it. It's Twitter, and you know, I keep catching about, you know, like I need to take care of that more. So I'll be versed in all of them.
All right, awesome. We've got with us tuning in Lorenzo Antonucci talking about Paradise City. We'll be back with more right after these messages. Stay tuned.
On your first album, there was a lot of association with the occult.
The more I talk about that, the crazier I sound, so I'm done talking about that.
What was the real reason that you took a break from the Relentless?
We were on tour. 18-year-old virgin begged to get on the bus.
I wonder if that girl's watching this interview.
This is your life, girl. Your decision. Miss Plena, he's there on TV talking about it. We can't keep going the way we have been.
I'm not going to be a gold digger groupie in the tabloids, Mom.
She didn't give me his last name. The local message boards are saying the only reason I'm putting on bigger shows is because of who my dad is.
Your pops put you in on this action?
I've never met him. Why didn't he want me born?
It's bad enough I have to deal with the stigma of being a bastard son, okay? Why would you call him?
Don't call yourself a bastard.
I used to be a little boy, so all in my shoes.
Welcome to the city of angels. Don't let the name fool you.
This town, this business is a jungle, and you're either a savage animal or you're dying.
You write a song about how you really feel being the face of this big rock band. Everybody counting on you, the golden boy.
Get me in a room with Johnny Faust.
Your eyes are so blinded by the spotlights that you can't even see the emotion on the faces of everyone around you that love you, that work for you, that play for you. You tell them the truth and you're dedicated to them. And then you make the audience think that the lyrics are for them.
People and projects, they stay in your heart, but mostly not in your life. Do you ever miss it?
Let's just save our money and move to California. One day you could be working with the Relentless.
What do we got, people? Do you think that devil worship is real in Hollywood, like the whole black magic and all that stuff?
Where's the baby? Vivian, where's my granddaughter?
Faith is far away from her psychotic grandmother.
Hey, you the manager?
Where is the baby's mother now?
I used to be a little boy, so all in my shoes. I send a smile at you. The killer in me is the killer in you. Send a smile at you. The killer in me is the killer in you.
Hollywood, California.
Teed. Try it on salads and popcorn. It tastes like lemon, not fishy. As for Carlson, the very finest fish oil at finer health food stores today.
Welcome back. Yes, it is the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET, 1490 AM on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Go check it out on Amazon Prime right now. Joining us again is the real Antonucci on Twitter. You can find him right now, actually. I'm looking up your account there. Camille went ahead and put that out there for us to see. And some other comments from social
Shout
media.
out to Camille.
Yeah, good. We love Camille. Camille's great. Also, let's see. So here's a comment. Algenia says the band must be positive in its associates, quality, and content of the music. And then somebody else actually stated this. Kelly says, good to hear what his life is like firsthand because many people jump in expecting instant success. Algenia says there are classic guitarists back in the day, and I think she says Sade guitarist in love is found is awesome. There are wholesome music globally. Obviously, you know, you speak the world of music, and music is such one of those things that just kind of brings everybody together, no matter who they are. And sometimes, like just playing guitar, like playing a riff. I gotta ask, what was your first memory of picking up that guitar and saying, you know what, this is my life. I don't care if I become famous or not. I just love playing.
Well, that's interesting you say that because Alejandro, who lived upstairs, that we were renting an apartment to a family that you know I grew up with, he was playing the acoustic and he taught me a song, and I still know it to this day, but it was the first riff I ever met, and we called it the Spanish Highway Song. And it made no sense, but it was the first thing I picked up when I was 11 or 12, and I started playing this riff. It's still vividly. I remember the minute I picked up his acoustic, and Alejandro was there with showing me the riff, and you know, and then I started to play on a wiffle ball bat. Because I didn't have a guitar yet, and I took a shoestring and sneakers, and I tied it around the wiffle ball bat, and then I painted these strings up on down, and I would play on this radio to Metallica or Anthrax, and Slayer. Yeah, that was my
Anthrax.
first.
We got one of the band members from Anthrax, actually.
Oh yeah, Scott Ian.
God, no, with the
Frank
hat.
Bello.
Hat. He always wears a hat. He used to perform over there at the Pins.
Joey Belladonna.
Could be.
Charlie Benante.
He has the voice of just like he hits those high notes, and you're just like, dang. Like,
Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah. Joe. Wow. Why am I spacing on his name? Joey Belladonna. Yeah. Joey Belladonna.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's from Indiana.
Yeah, and big heart, man. He always wears that big top hat. It's just like you can't miss him. He's always easily seen. But look, I can't wait till we go back to the way it was. We had on some other pretty cool rockers as well. Brett Michaels from Poison on I think a couple weeks ago, and I'm telling you, we got to bring back the Unplugged series, man, and do it virtually. We got to do this. We got to bring some of the big teammates.
I'll play.
I know you will. I could tell. You would totally
I'll play.
I could tell. Okay, look, in reality, we've all got things that we want to do. Obviously, you're getting to do the acting bug. You get to be music. You get to do that. You get to do this. Ballers, pretty cool. But talk to me about Bruce Willis and the upcoming film coming up soon. I understand it's going to be a pretty big major hit, too.
Yeah, well, we just wrapped Reactor in I would say mid-February. I'm not sure if the name is going to change or not, but that's the working title right now. With Bruce Willis, Matthew Marsden, Patrick Muldoon, Christopher Cleveland, myself, Lorenzo Antonucci, and an amazing cast. Johnny Mesner. It's your Bruce Willis shoot 'em up movie, man. It's a great action thriller, and we're hoping for it to be out in December. Bruce is awesome.
Did you tell him anything about Armageddon, or was he kind of? Did you go that route, or did you just keep away from that?
I wish I had a chance to talk to him about a little bit of Die Hard and Armageddon. I mean, those are some legendary films right there, that's for sure.
Maybe you could
tweet
him or Instagram him. Does he do his own? I don't even think he does his own.
I don't know if he has Instagram. I tried to tag him in one, and it's just a bunch of other guys that are
fakers.
Yeah.
Don't trust the fakers.
It's an interesting world.
Make sure to have your own. I kid you not. I had like 3 different Sandra Bullocks hit me up on social media, and none of them were Sandra Bullock. I'm like, Can somebody tell Sandra to do her own social media? Because other people are pretending to be her. Yeah, so don't do that. Don't allow that. Lorenzo, I want to say thank you for spending time with us here on the morning show. Congratulations on your fantastic role. We can't wait to check it out. It's all right there, available for everybody to see. If anybody's kind of on the fence about going and checking it out, what would be your recommendation?
Well, this is the perfect moment to mention this, that it was independently financed and there was no studio behind it. And we charted #1 on every platform, transactional, and streaming on Amazon Prime. It's doing amazing. We have an amazing cast, and we wrote it from the heart. And the creator and I and everybody else, the 200 other people involved in this, put a lot of heart and soul into this. And we want you to check it out because it's a different perspective of the music industry. It's got awesome elements of real life drama and some comedic moments that things that people can relate to. So please check it out. It's on Amazon Prime, and I think that you'll dig the other side of the music business that you're probably not so familiar with.
All right, everybody, we gotta go. Thank you for making it a great day, Lorenzo
Thank
Antonucci.
you.
Can't wait to see everything else coming
Aaron,
out.
thank you so much, guys.
All right, have a good one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.